I remember at the beginning, like doing my first IUI. I was like, this has to work. I'm doing an IUI, like, this is gonna work. And it didn't. I was just so shocked. And then the second one, is this gonna work? This number 2, it'll work. And it didn't. Then the third one, 3 times the charm. This will work. And it didn't. And I wish in a way I knew someone else who had gone through this, maybe as much as I have, or close to what I have gone through, just knowing in the beginning it may not work, and that's okay, and you have to have patience and persistence and just keep trying. And then again, like when I did my first IVF cycle, this is gonna work. It's IVF, how could it not work? And even as a nurse, knowing IVF is not 100%, I still felt like it has to work. And just and you want to be positive. You don't want to be negative. You want to be positive and think it's going to work. But also just kind of know in the back of your mind that it may not. And you just have to decide what's best for you. Are you going to try again? Or what other options are you going to try and explore? Because there's many different options out there. So maybe just knowing that it could take a very long time. Hi, I'm Nicole. I'm one of the nurses here at CNY Fertility. When you come to CNY Fertility as a new client, you meet with one of the providers and a nurse, and us nurses, we help guide you along. The providers come up with your plan and what's the best protocol for you through your fertility journey. And as a nurse, we just really try and be there for you through all your questions and your concerns, help cheer you on along the way, or we always answer the phones for your questions. We do a lot of blood draws and ultrasounds, and we're just always here for you. Also, I am a client here at CNY Fertility. I've gone through this fertility journey myself, and I try and think of the positive through all this, and the positive thing I tell myself a lot is I can really relate with the clients as they come and listen to their stories and hearing what they're going through. I feel the same feelings, and I can really relate to them, and I just feel like I can really help them through the fertility journey a little bit more, not more, but just really know what they're going through. Actually about 9 years ago, my husband and I decided to start our family. And knowing my parents' situation, my parents had fertility issues and ended up adopting my sister. I always kind of thought, well, maybe, I knew about infertility and just thought, well, maybe it would be hard for me to get pregnant the first time. No reason to think that, just maybe that would be my situation. And it happened, it was not. The very first month we tried, we were successful. We wanted her to have a brother or sister, so we started trying, and it didn't happen the first month, and then the second month, and then it was like, what is going on? And it was about 9 months, I think, we did get pregnant, and we were just so happy finally. And went for the first ultrasound, everything was fine. First ultrasound, there was no heartbeat. And just devastated at that point, because at first, the first pregnancy I was a little nervous, but then because everything was just so perfect with the first time, I just thought it would be perfect the second time. Well, I didn't have a miscarriage the first time. Why would I have a miscarriage this time? And so no heartbeat, and just, very early loss, and it was just very, very difficult and shocking. And then when you have miscarriage, the more you talk about it, it really helped us get through it. And then you realize other people have gone through and had the same situation, and that's comforting in a way to know that you're not alone in this process, and this happened to other people. So we try again, and thinking, okay, well, one miscarriage, it's okay, we can get past that, and try again, and it just didn't happen for a very long time. It was like a year. And my OB kept saying everything is okay and just keep trying. And it's very frustrating when something's not happening and you don't have answers why, because everyone you want to know, well, if there's a problem, why? We got diagnosed with it's called secondary infertility, where you get pregnant the first time with no problems, and then for really no known reason, the second time, you don't. And I have a lot of guilt with that. I think you think like, well, what's wrong with me or my body? You feel sad for your child, like, because you want them to have a sibling, you want them to have a brother or sister, and you have that guilt. Along the way, the whole process, we ended up doing a total of 10 IUIs. We started out with the Clomid and, the Clomid pills, and then we started with, we proceeded with injections, the FSH injections, and just kept trying over and over again. On my fertility journey, I started thinking, okay, well, I'm doing everything the doctor's telling me, why is this not working? Is there anything else out there that I could do? Because, you're willing to do anything. So I first found out about acupuncture for fertility. And I was doing that with our acupuncturist here, Heather. And that was amazing. Because, first of all, it gave me someone to talk to who really knew about what I was going through and about different things I could try. That's, not all the pills I'm taking and the ultrasounds and the blood work. This is just more, it's just acupuncture for fertility. It's just so relaxing, and you can really I sat and talked with her for a lot at the beginning and just told her my story, and just getting it out just made me feel so much better. And then the treatment, just laying there listening to relaxing music and with the needles, and I felt like that was doing something. I left after the appointments really feeling less stressed and just overall good about myself, and feeling okay, I can keep trying, I can keep doing this. It was just amazing to see both sides of it. Yes, I'm into the blood work and the ultrasounds, and I did surgery, I did laparoscopy, hysteroscopy, I did everything I could. But also the support groups just are amazing, to just know you're not alone, and to talk to other people and hear their stories. And whether they're still in their journey or if they're successful, both are amazing to hear, and they help you get through day to day and what you're going through. Eventually it will work. You're not sure when, and I think that's the hardest thing, is not knowing when. If someone said to me 6 years ago, you'll have a baby again, you have to wait a very long time, I think that would be easier than just not knowing and just day after day trying, and the whole roller coaster of, okay, I got my period, I need to, do my blood work and ultrasound and monitor through my cycle, and then whether it's an IUI or whatever, process you're doing, whatever cycle that you're doing. Am I pregnant? Am I not pregnant? Okay, I'm pregnant. Am I going to maintain this pregnancy? It's just a roller coaster. And with Eastern and Western, I think it just helps with the two together, helps you get through it. You hear us talk about a lot here at CNY, the whole letting go process. And I heard that a lot, and I didn't get it. I felt like I didn't need to let go. I want a baby. I want it now. I deserve a baby. I'm doing everything I can. Look at all these other people people get pregnant every day. And why are they getting pregnant and I can't? But every day I just tried to relax and just be okay with my life. Every day I would try and go for a walk, whether it was by myself or with my daughter, and just be okay with my life. Starting to tell myself every day that if I didn't have another baby, it would be hard, but I would be okay. I kind of would step back and look around, and as a family, if we're just sitting in the family room watching TV or playing a game, I would just be like, this is good. I'm happy. And I think somehow I got to that point of the letting go. And it took a long time to get there, and I'm not sure how I got there really, but eventually I did get there. I learned a life lesson, I think. It may not be about myself, but I learned you can't plan everything. Somebody or something out there has a plan for you. And even though you think you have a plan and you think, okay, I want this many children and I want them born this time of the year and I want them these, 2 years apart or whatever your plan is, it's good to have a plan, but you have to be open and willing to what actually is going to happen, because it is different for everybody, and your plan may be what's supposed to happen for you, but your plan, what you think is supposed to happen, may not be what's supposed to happen. And you have to be okay with that. My favorite part is when we get to call somebody on the phone after we got their blood results back and tell them they have a positive pregnancy test. That's like the highlight. That's like we cheer. We as nurses and providers, we're just so excited. And that's just like the best phone call. And then also, when they're about 8 weeks pregnant and they graduate from us, that's kind of bittersweet. Like, we're so happy, like they're graduating and they get to go to their OB and move on. That's amazing part as well. And then after that, when they come back with their pregnant bellies or with their babies with them, to say hi and let us know about their birthing stories or the pregnancy stories that we don't get to see, that we really, really enjoy that. And also myself of going, I've been through this, really feel like I can really help clients that way, as far as, I've been through this. I really know what it feels like. I've been through IVF, so I can tell them the little things to expect, like take a pillow with you in the car because you're going to be sleepy on the way home and you're going to want to be comfy, like little things like that. So I really enjoy that I can see both sides of it. Everybody's story is different, and I've been here about 2.5 years as a nurse, and just to meet everybody and to hear their stories, it's very inspiring, because there are people that it may work the first time, and then there are people that maybe it's been 10 years, and then maybe some people have adopted, or they do move on to adoption, or they kind of give up or let go, and then they call back and say, hey, I'm pregnant, on their own. That's amazing. So yeah, it's very inspiring. Every day I come to work, you don't know what to expect, and I'm just totally there to help people through their fertility journey. In the end of this, I just think the biggest thing you have to remember is that you're going to be okay through all this. It's super hard, but you're going to be okay. Life is going to throw you all kinds of curveballs and all kinds of situations, and you're going to be like, why? Why am I going through this? And you'll get through them. I think it's so important through this, or any situation, any hard, difficult thing you're going through in your life, whether it's for, infertility or something else. I've found it so important to reach out to family and to your friends and support groups, and just share your story and be willing to hear other people's stories as well, because they're going to help you get through. Even though it's not the same situation, somehow it helps you, knowing that you're not alone, knowing that you're not the only one.